Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new here. First of all, a little bit of a different background for today's video. In my sister's room I thought it'd be quite good to do a little let's talk in here with the brown top on, the brown background, you know, it's a vibe. Just a nice simple background for a let's talk. I'm trying to work out the lighting in here. It's a little bit difficult, I think, because my ring light is a bright white light. It doesn't quite work with this background. Just dimmed it a little bit, so hopefully that's a bit better, but I think it's still a little bit. Let's try bringing it up. It goes a bit like blue. I don't know. Let's tune this back and it's blue. I'm still just going to roll with it, so I'm sorry if the lighting isn't quite right. I'm working with it. But today is a let's talk, and this one's all about friendship. This one was highly requested as well as the social media one, which should be up by now. I'm filming loads of videos at the moment and I've got 4 that are still waiting to go up, so just a bit hectic video wise, but you'll see loads of good content coming your way, probably before this, but there's loads of content I'm filming for January. I've had the last couple of days off work, so I've been filming crazy. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy the content that I'm putting out at the moment. If you are, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a big thumbs up on my videos. It really does help me out. So today's video is a let's talk on friendship. Like I said, it was really highly requested, so I asked you guys to send me over questions, topics and dilemmas, anything you want me to discuss about friendships. It's one of those things, we all have friendship issues, we all have friends, we all have ups and downs with friends, especially myself. So yeah, I've actually got a little passion fruit martini for this video. I think I had this in my say it or short it too, so cheers. This is really nice, to be fair. It's from All Shook Up. Yeah, All Shook Up drinks. Let's have a little sip because I had to open it because my nails. I've got some more Rockstar nails on. These are pink Dior ones, if it will focus. Yeah, so grab yourselves a drink, whether it's a drink or if it's tea or coffee, just get yourself a little drink. Also, just a quick social plug before we get started. If you're not following me, go and follow me on Instagram. I'll leave it on the screen here if I can figure out my editing. Follow my Instagram, and if you want to get involved in these videos going forward, you can send me questions and things over there. I always put it in my stories if you want to get involved. That is the place to. Also, go and follow my TikTok. I've been uploading more on there, and also follow my 21 buttons. I'll be uploading more on there as soon as I can, so I'm now verified. I'm partnered with 21 buttons, so I'm really excited to bring you guys some links as well, my videos, and I can make a smaller commission from them, so that would be amazing if you guys do want to purchase any of the outfits that I wear. But I'm going to stop rambling now and go into the questions. I've screenshotted them all on my phone so I can go through them. So the first question, I'm not doing it in any order either, I'm just going to jump in and answer them, and we'll just go a bit. What do you do when you feel the friendship is flopping out and you don't have much in common anymore? I think this is quite common, especially when you leave school or college. I feel like when we're at school, obviously you're with people every day, so you're forced to be together, you're forced to be with those people 5 days a week, so you have to make friends to survive school, really. And then when you leave school, you're kind of a bit like, well, I also have friends with that person, we've got nothing in common. I think it's quite a common thing to happen, that friends just do fall out. I've got friends that I've had for a long time, and sometimes you just fall out and you just go your separate ways, or you take a little break from the friendship, or, you know, things change, people change, especially over, I'd say young, obviously 11 when you start secondary school, all the way up to 21, you're constantly changing, especially if you go to university and college. I made friends in college that I was really good friends with for those couple of years. But then you kind of go your separate ways and you don't have much in common, so you just don't see each other because you just didn't have anything in common, but you just did the same college class or something, you know. All of my friends from college were amazing, amazing people, but a lot of them I just don't speak to anymore, and it's quite sad actually, because I can look back to those times and I think, wow, that was an amazing time, but yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm a bit like, you know, it's hard. It is really hard. I think friendship breakups are really hard, but it does happen. I think if you're in a friendship and you can feel yourself slipping away, if you really want to maintain that friendship, just make an effort, you know, try and text that person more or something. I can't really give that advice because I'm so bad at texting. I hate texting people. I don't reply to 3 to 4 business days, so if you're one of my friends then you'll know this, but I'm just so bad at texting. But if you want to like make an effort with someone, obviously at the moment we can't see each other, so FaceTime, text, tag them in things, like little things like that. If you haven't got much in common, is there really any point being friends? Because what have you got to talk about? If you've got nothing in common, nothing you can do together, nothing you can talk about, what is the point? It is really sad, but obviously it doesn't mean you don't like each other. It's better to stop being friends rather than make it toxic and make it a bad situation. So yeah, as much as that is hard, I think it just happens and it's quite natural. But in terms of what do you do, I think you've got to work at it or just accept that that's going to happen in life, unfortunately. Worst friend experience. Worst friend experience. I was in like a friendship group in my first year of college, so just to clarify, I went to one college for 1 year and then I went to another college for 2 years because the first one I was at was just really shit. But I had a friendship group at the first college which were pretty much friends, people that I was at school with, and I wasn't necessarily close with them at school, but I became closer with them in the first year of college because obviously you've all gone from the same school to a new college, so you kind of just bond in that sense. And I had a friendship group, and my best friend Jade was actually part of the friendship group too, but she went to a different college. And to be honest, it was quite, I mean, a lot of it was my fault. If you haven't seen my best friend boyfriend story time, go and watch that because it'll make sense. But this links into that, and those friends are also friends with that girl. But we used to all talk about this boy and the situation that was going on, but they just would never say anything. And then like 2.5 or 3 years later it came up and they told this girl about the situation. And I was the bad person, which yes, I was in the wrong, but these people also knew and then didn't bring it up for 3 years. So that was quite a toxic like friend environment. It's quite sad because a lot of those girls now don't really like me, but I'm like, we were friends that whole time, so what's changed now that it's over and it's been over for 3 years, now it's all come out and you're all in the clear, you don't like me. So it's quite weird. Also they've shut out a lot of them have shut out Jade too when she did nothing wrong, or Jodie if you watch the Horror Henry series, but yeah, it's just really not fair that they did that to her because she did nothing wrong. She was just as much of an accomplice as them because they all knew and she knew, but yeah, it is what it is. Girls are just shitty. Friends who support celebrities that don't know them more than they support you. This is a really, really, really annoying thing. I've got some friends and some family members that will share like celebrities giveaways, they'll share celebrities posts, but never my, like, I don't want to share my posts or anything, but like giveaways, I've done giveaways and I've got friends and family that constantly post giveaways, but when I do one, nothing. And I think surely you'd want to support your friend or your family member, like surely you'd want to do that, but some people just don't, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they think, oh, I can't enter because I know you, but like just enter, like just shoot your shot. Like you may know me, but you may still win. Like it's a random selection, and I just think, you know, even if you tag people so that it gets recognition, I don't know. I just feel like I've got some friends that I haven't spoken to in years, or I was friends with at school, or you know, I've only known for a few months, and they support me more than some other people. And I just think it's not that hard to just be like, well done, you're doing a great job. You know, and vice versa, I agree, but if someone says to me that they've done something, they've achieved something, I'd be like, well done, like I support people no matter what and big them up, whatever they achieve in life. But I feel like, yeah, that is really annoying when you see like a family member or a friend that posts like Molly May's giveaway, but then won't share yours, and it's a bit like, come on, like just support the people you know. How would you deal with a friend who's jealous of anything good that's happening to you? So sort of similar. There's some people that just like hate when other people do well, and it's really sad. There was a girl that myself and Jay both knew who was a bit like that. Like she'd always like beat you down about something and never be like, yeah, you're amazing, you're going to get that, or well done if you get that. Like she'd always be jealous that you got something that she didn't. I just think people like that are toxic. Like, that's toxic energy. Unless it's like, for example, this is like an extreme example, but say you had a best friend who was trying to get pregnant for years and then you got pregnant after a month and they were jealous of that. That makes sense completely, but it's when people are like annoyed that something good has happened to you, not just jealous in the sense that, oh, you know, envious, because jealous is quite an ugly trait, but when they're literally like annoyed that you got something and they didn't, like, oh, why did you get, oh, why did I not get that, why you know, it's like one of my friends got a lounge underwear collab. Wow, we were so, like, in our friendship group, we were so impressed. We're like, wow, well done. As much as I would love a lounge underwear collab, I didn't go, oh, why did you get one, not me? Like, I was like, wow, that is amazing, girl, you are a boss bitch, like, you've got this. I just think it's silly to get annoyed at someone for achieving things. Toxic friends who are never happy for you, similar thing. Toxic friendships, I think toxic friendships are quite common. We all have them at some point in our life. It's just a bit like a relationship, it's important to recognise the signs and recognise the red flags. Girls can be bitchy, boys can be bitchy, like it's just, I think the bigger your group, the more toxic it tends to be. I know in like year 11, there was like a big group of us, there was 20 of us, and that was the most toxic friendship group ever. There was always bitching going on, there was always drama, it was just crazy. So yeah, I don't know which one to talk about toxic friendships, but there is a lot of that going on in the world, and it's horrible. It's really sad when you see girls like make other girls feel rubbish. We should all uplift each other. Yeah, it's sad. How to deal with fake friends. I think this is hard because it's hard for you to know when someone's a fake friend. I think as I got older, especially noticed it. I'm just gonna have a sip. Yeah, especially as you get older, you kind of learn things more about friendships. There's a girl that I was friends with for a long time, but she used to constantly, like, if we were going anywhere, she'd want me to drive, or she'd want me to pay for something, or things like that. Like, it was constantly me giving, and like I do give quite a lot, so when you give a lot and you get like nothing back, not that I expect things back, but when it's literally expected from you, like you will pick me up, you will do this, you will do that, it's a bit like, well, no, because, you know, friendship is a two-way street. Just like a relationship is a two-way street, you both got to work at it. It's the same with a friendship. So if only one of you's putting the effort in, then it's not right. And I know, I always think about that, and I think about it in my head, and I think, oh my god, a lot of my friends could cut me off because I'm so bad at communicating via text. But like, if we could make a plan and see each other, I would do that. But obviously we can't right now, so it's really, really hard to try and like maintain friendships and relationships at the moment. Yeah, I feel like as you get older, it's easier to spot the signs in people that are toxic or a fake friend. And unfortunately, it's one of those life lessons you've got to do. So going from like, probably like year 10 upwards, you kind of realise who's a true friend and not. And yeah, it's very, very clear. As soon as you leave school, poof, half your friends are gone. You leave college, poof, half your friends are gone. And then you get to like 21, you've got about 5, 6 friends, and it's great. Do you prefer being friends with girls or boys? I'm going to say boys purely because there's less drama. They're easier to like talk to, I feel like. I feel like I've got a few close boyfriends, and I feel like I can say anything to them and they would never judge me, whereas some girls can be really judgy, whereas boys just see it black and white and they just tell you how it is, and it's like, okay. Whereas girls are like, not really sure, I don't think you should do that, well. And we don't always have the best intentions, I think, because of hormones and things too, like we can just be a little bit shitty, whereas boys are just quick. Like, I remember I was out with my best friend Lewis once, this was a long time ago, and we were like first 18, we were out for a drink, and we were like, let's go to the club, and we just went. Like, there was a group of girls, that would never happen, even for me that was quite spontaneous, but like we just have the best time, and they're just so much easier to talk to, and they're always there for you, they always protect you. And I think it's easier to become friends with boys because there's not really like groups that you've got to like infiltrate. If you're a boy and get a friendship, it's just usually that. But yeah, definitely boys. Do you think male/female friendships are okay if you're in a relationship? Absolutely. So like I said, I have some really close boyfriends. At the start of my relationship, I had Lewis, who I've mentioned, and also Liam, who are two of my closest guy friends. I've got a few more now, since leaving my last job I've got a few really close guy friends as well. They're like my two main close friends. When I started going out with Josh, and obviously for him he was a bit like, this is weird, and he didn't really get it until he met them both, and then was like, okay, like it makes sense, because he was a bit worried about it at first. Obviously he was like 17 when we first got together, so it's a little bit worrying, but I think it's absolutely fine. But I think when you have those friends before you start the relationship, then you shouldn't be expected to get rid of them. I think it's absolutely fine as long as you're very honest with what you're doing and your intentions are clear with the friend too. I know a lot of girls can be a little bit sly. Is it easy for you to make friends? It's a bit of a funny one because I am quite open when I meet new people. Depending on the situation, I can talk about myself not like in a bad way, but I am open to talking about myself and things I've been through and things. Can be really open with new people. But obviously with my anxiety, I do get quite shy and a little bit nervous, so it can be quite hard making new friends. Depends on the situation. If I'm surrounded by, like, if there's a group of 5 girls that are all best friends, it's going to be hard for me to infiltrate that group. But if there's, you know, a couple of girls together, I'm happy to talk to them. I'm one of those girls that if you're in the club, I'm going, oh my god, your lip gloss looks amazing. Like, I'm that kind of girl. But yeah, it depends on the situation, depends how I'm feeling on the day as well. It can be really hard. But yeah, I don't know, it can be hard. It's just depending on the people. If you're surrounded by 10 people that have nothing in common with me, then no. But if there's 10 people in a room that like fashion, beauty, YouTube, Instagram, yeah, I'll make friends. Also, I've made quite a lot of friends on social media the last few months as well, so in that sense I'd say yes, but obviously you can meet some really shitty people too. Do you have any childhood friends that you still have a bond with today? Yes, I've actually got a really, really good friend called Jasmine. She lived like 2 roads away from me when we were children, but she moved away a couple of hours away, but she's not that long ago, or a couple of years ago, moved back closer to me. She's about half an hour away from me, and we like reformed a bond. In our teen years on Facebook, we started talking again. I absolutely love her. She means the world to me. She's one of my biggest supporters, and so glad we still have a bond. And then I also have some friends that I was friends with at the start of, that I made friends with at the start of year 7, so when I was 11, that I'm still really good friends with now. And yeah, they all mean the world to me. So I think that's the most important thing, having important friends that you've been friends with for a long time. But also, the length of time of a friendship doesn't define how good of a friendship is. Like that friend I talked about before, that was quite a fake, toxic friend for me. I was friends with her from primary school, all the way through to college, and then I was just like, no. So yes, we were friends for a long time. It doesn't mean it was the best of friendships, and there's people I'd met within 3 months that I'm closer with than her, but yeah, that's irrelevant to the question. Do you have any long distance friends? I do. I've got a few friends that are on Instagram that I've not obviously even met, but I've got Amelia who lives in Spain, I've got Kira who lives in Scotland, I've got Rowan who lives in Cardiff, I've got a couple of friends that live in America. So yeah, I've got quite a few long distance friends, but social media is a gem right now. Worst friendship breakup you've had? I don't know if you'd call it a breakup, I'd definitely call it a break. Me and my best friend of a long time, we've been best friends since year 7. I always get itchy when I film. We actually like kind of fell out at the end of 2020, it was like September time. To be fair, we'd both gone through a lot of shit in the first lockdown. We both kind of just were at different places, and I think that just caused a little bit of a ruckus, which was hard for Lewis because he was friends with both of us. We're like a little trio. So yeah, that was really hard. We went on like a little break almost because we started talking again on New Year's. She actually reached out to me, which meant the world, and we're kind of talking again, and we're going to FaceTime and like talk things out, but that was really hard because we've been friends for such a long time. She knew everything about me and everything about her. We were really, really close and open with each other, so then to fall out was really difficult because we don't usually fall out, but yeah, that was hard. I'm not going to go too much into that, but yeah. When you know friends have spoken behind your back, what do you do? Again, this is very, very common. I think the only thing you can do is raise it. If I heard Jade, for example, said something nasty about me, nasty, not like a throw-off comment, like, oh, that picture's shit, I would be like, okay. But if she said something particularly nasty and personal, I would just raise it with her, be like, listen, why'd you say that? Because it could be they've got an issue going on or something like that, and I just raise it with them, have the conversation, because what else can you really do? But yeah, if it keeps going on, then I'd just get rid, because what's the point? What's the worst argument you've had with a friend, and would you forgive them? Already kind of touched that, but I think in that situation we both kind of did wrong at some point, and all is always forgiven, so yeah. I Hopefully she gives me too. Talk about a friend that you miss. I've got loads of friends that I miss at the moment. Obviously with lockdown, I've not seen anybody for a long time. I saw Jade and Lewis in September, but I've not seen anybody else. Anna is one of my really good friends. She's going to be 21 next month, and I haven't seen her in about a year. So that really sucks. But yeah, I miss a lot of my friends obviously with lockdown. I can't wait to see everyone. I want to go out. I don't go clubbing, but I want to go clubbing when this is all over. What would you say are the 3 main attributes to being a good friend? Trust, loyalty and communication. Definitely, I'd say the top 3. Do you think it's good for friends to argue sometimes? Obviously arguing isn't always great, but I think it's good to iron out your differences. If you've got difference of opinions or there's something that your friend has done you don't agree with and it may cause friction, I think it's obviously good to raise it because you need to be open and honest in a friendship. Just like a relationship, it is a relationship at the end of the day, it's just a platonic relationship. But yeah, I think obviously as shit as arguments and confrontation is, I wouldn't say that's good, but it's definitely good to iron out your differences and talk about issues that you may have. Do you believe in the saying that a group of 3 friends is a crowd? No, I literally have like 2 trio friendship groups, and it's probably the best situation for me because you can talk to both of them at the same time, talk to one, you talk to the other. It's just easy to keep up. I think 5 or 6 friends would be a nightmare for me. Friends that go with exes or someone you were seeing aren't friends, right? Bit of a hypocrite if I say no, they're not friends. I think someone that was like your ex, like there's one boy that was in my life that if any of my friends got with him, I would not want to be friends with them. But if they're your friend, they would know that. So if you made it clear and no, that's not okay, then yeah, if it was like someone you were seeing for like 2 weeks, can you really argue that? Not really. But if it was something like a bit more serious, then yes, they shouldn't do that and they shouldn't be your friend. But people make mistakes, so don't just cut someone off because they've done something wrong. Talk to them about it. If they did it intentionally, then get rid. But if they really sorry about it, then you know, it's all situational. It's a bit of a hard one to answer. Did you ever feel like you were never a part of a friendship group or group of friends? Yes, that group that I mentioned in college, I think they listened to my shit and took it on and liked the drama, but they didn't actually like me because well, they all dropped me and go to the other girl when they were all involved in it, do you know what I mean? And there's another group of 3 girls which that girl was also involved in. Just a bit of a weird friendship group that they didn't ever tell me anything about themselves. They were very private. Then if one of them was talking to a boy, that one would then suddenly be talking to that boy. It was just weird. It was a weird group and I don't like it. What happens if you like the same guy? Neither of you get with the same guy. Neither of you get with the guy. Let the guy go. Friendships are more important. Yeah, just find a new guy. Honestly, not worth it for either of you. If your bestie's boyfriend slides into your DMs, take a screenshot and send it to her. And say, what do you want me to do? Say, do you want me to play along with it and see what he says? Or do you want to call him out on it now? Tell her. Don't keep it a secret. If any girl's boyfriend slid into my DMs, I'd be telling her. Don't worry about it. So if your bestie's boyfriend slides into your DMs, tell her. How can I get over the fact of me being scared to do what I love to others' opinions? Don't let anyone else's opinions impact what you love doing. If you love doing something and you've got the right intentions, do it. Don't worry about anyone else's opinion. People have an opinion on you no matter what you do. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone has different opinions. So do what you love, because that's the most important thing. Your happiness is the most important thing. Unless you're hurting someone else with what you're doing, then you're doing nothing wrong. What do you call girl code is the last one. Girl code's a bit of a weird one to me. I feel like people pull it out of bag and just go, oh, girl code, girl code. I just think you have the right intentions, you have the truest intentions. If you think you're doing something wrong, you will know that it feels wrong and you shouldn't do that. I think girl code, like I said, is like trusting your friends, being open and honest with your friends. Having that open line of communication is really important, no matter what relationship it is. yeah, girl code I'd just say is be truthful, don't be bitchy, be honest with your friend, be open. If you don't like their dress, tell them that you know they don't like their dress, unless they're in love with it. But if you think they don't look right, or you know, think they're doing something wrong, tell them. Like, just be honest with your friends, and that's the best thing that I can give you to do. Honesty, open communication, loyalty, that's it. So that is all the questions that I had. I'm sure I didn't answer any of them in that great of a detail. I feel like that was a really short video, although I've been filming for like half an hour. But I hope you did like the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Like I said, go and check out my social media, Instagram, TikTok, 21 Buttons, and you can get involved in the future Let's Talks. If you did like it, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below, and I will see you all in the next video. And if it's a Saturday night for you too, cheers! If you're over 18 in the UK, obviously, or over 21 in America, because strange. If you are 19 in America, move to the UK, get yourself a drink. See you all next time.